Well, good afternoon. I would like to welcome everyone to the K2 Heroes stream and wish all the mothers a very happy and healthy Mother's Day, virtual as it is. As some of you know, the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club, along with Lou, November Oscar 2 Charlie, Sally Kilo 2, Romeo Yankee Delta, and Mike, K2SYF, and of course, not to be forgotten, Karen, KD2GUT, Golf Uniform Tango, put forth a big effort to make this event happen. Thank you for all your dedication to these special events. We really appreciate it. Obviously, this could not happen without all your intervention. Today, I would like to dedicate this operating session to all the nurses, doctors, EMTs that are working overtime to care for the sick and putting their health at great risk. They are the heroes, and we'd like to thank them through our contacts, which we're making with very caring amateur radio operators in the United States and other parts of the world. I would also like to thank members of my family that are both in the healthcare field, Heather and Maddie, both are nurses in the New York area. Be safe and thank you for being warriors in this COVID-19 war. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you so very, very much. Well, we're going to be going to our stream soon. Right now, I have live a good friend of mine, Brian, and a nurse. And this is going to be, we'll show pictures from time to time of people that are that I have and that are very special. And thank you very much, Brian, for sharing these pictures with us. Okay, let's go basically to our live stream and see what we can find a frequency, and we can operate from there. Okay, wearing my white shirt today in honor of Mother's Day, dressing kind of informally, formally for that. Anyway, thanks a lot for the stream. I see HL. Let's see, it's HL 521. I think I need to get my license over the summer break. Absolutely. Please get your license over the summer break. We'll do whatever we can to help. Not sure where you're located, but you can go to ARRL.org, Amateur Radio Relay League, and they can point you to a location where you can get your license back. If you have any questions, you can certainly let me know. Okay, you're in New Mexico. Great. Okay. That is fine. Good. So the group here is I'm not sure if you know them or not. Well, if not, go to the ARRL.org website, and you can put in your location for testing, and they will show you some clubs in your area that can handle that. If you have any questions, you can go to my website. My personal call is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria, QRZ.com, if you have any questions that I can help. Well, that's just great. Good luck with that, and we're happy to help you any way we can. And anyone that would like to certainly chat, feel free to do that. Any questions that you might have, please ask me. Well, thank you, HL521. Thank you so much for the follow. We really appreciate it. It certainly helps with the stream. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see what we can hear here on the bands. First thing we have to do is determine if we have a clear frequency. And I'll be looking around. I'd like to stay in the general portion of the band if I can. Got to listen for a few moments to see if anybody's operating. Is the frequency in use? This is Special Event Station Kilo 2 Heroes. Okay, nothing heard at the time. Thank you so much. If someone would like to spot me, I'd appreciate that. 14234.700. My original spot was a little higher. CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ. CQ calling CQ to all amateur radio operators. This is Special Event Station on Mother's Day, 2020. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Kilo 2 Heroes, Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. CQ calling CQ. CQ calling CQ to all radio amateurs anywhere, anytime. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ, CQ calling CQ. This is Special Event Station Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Basically doing this special event honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. And as I said in my by pre-up to this session, I'd like to dedicate this session to all the nurses, all the EMTs, all the doctors, all the pharmacists that are basically assisting and making things hopefully better for us. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Okay, it looks like Kilo Alpha 5 Bravo. Thank you for that. Okay, you can go to his site and maybe he can point you. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. I repeat, Kilo 2 Hero, Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Who wants to be the first one online? Go ahead.
November for Charlie.
All righty. If I could give you a prize, sir, I would. Thank you so much for being the first person here saying hello to us. I really do appreciate that very, very much. November for Charlie. I'm looking at your picture on QRZ. Very proud looking there, looking at your station. Fantastic. Thanks a lot for putting that up on QRZ.com. Please give me your name and location. During this event, there's no need for giving me signal reports. If you'd like a signal report, I'd be more than happy to give that. But for everybody, anyone that wants to give any experience at all on COVID-19, anyone in their family that's had it or has antibodies, anyone at all that has a story to tell us, please share that with us. This is what this is about. This is a QSO-style event, so I'd be happy to hear that at all. Thanks a lot, sir. Give me your name and location. November for Charlie. This is a very special event station. Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Okay, yeah, Roger on that. I'm in Alabama, and the name is Truman. I don't know if you can still copy me or not, but I don't have your call sign pulling up in my log.
Roger, Truman. I can copy you fine. I'll give you a signal report of a 5 and 7. Truman, the call you'd like to look for is Kilo 2H, Kilo 2 Hotel on QRZ.com. That is a call sign that we have reserved. Been nice enough for the ARRL to give us that call sign for the entire month here of May. My personal call is Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, and it'll direct you to the various places that you can find any information on K2H. How does that go for you, Truman? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, when I was putting in the slash SUF at the end, but no, after I put in the call sign by itself, it popped up. So, yeah, got it now.
Thank you, Truman, and most of all, thank you so very much for taking the time, turning on your rig, looking for us, and saying thank you. Thank you specifically to the nurses, the doctors, the EMTs. That's where I'm dedicating this session of my broadcast. By the way, the counties, yes, you're absolutely right. We have 62 counties in New York State, and we're thanking all those healthcare workers in the 62 counties. We have, hopefully, many of them represented. I represent Suffolk County with the initial Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. So you'll find many other counties on the air today and through the month of May, Truman. So good luck with all of them. And starting June 15th, I think you can start downloading some very, very nice certificates commemorating this event. 73, Truman, if you have any other questions, please share it with me. You're doing well, hearing you very well today from, I think it's called Wetumpka, Alabama. Correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize for the mispronunciation. November for Charlie. This is Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
No, you got it. It's pronounced just like it looks. You got it fine. Well, 73, and enjoy talking with you. I'll let you get some more contacts today. K2H from NN4C.
Roger, Truman. Again, congratulations on being the first on board. Good signal. Enjoy the day. And again, to all the mothers out there, those very special people, happy, and most of all, healthy Mother's Day on this virtual Mother's Day, 73s. QRZ, this is Suffolk County, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. Roger, this is Whiskey 2, this is Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Alpha 9, India Yankee Papa.
Roger, thank you so very much, sir. Thank you. Kilo Alpha 9, India Hotel Papa. Thanks so very much. Thanks for making contact with us. Thanks for saying thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19. Give me your name, sir, and your location.
Okay, start off with Kilo Alpha 9, India Yankee Papa. India Yankee Papa. Talked to you yesterday. I'm in Chandler, Arizona. Actually, in Sun Lake, but another guy's radio station. We're just kind of working on some things, and you're 5 and 7 here to Sun Lake, Arizona. Go ahead. The name is Stan. Alpha November.
Roger, Stan. Thanks a lot. I remember your picture on QRZ that's sitting a little bit sideways. Yes, I do. Thanks a lot again for saying hello and thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19. I really appreciate that. Let me see if I have something. Is there any ham software you recommend for Linux? Good question. I use mostly the Windows programs, but clearly there are quite a few, and you can go and do a search on that. Or you can go to the ARRL.org site, and they can find that out for sure. But they are available, and from what I understand, they are good. They are good. That's good. Okay, you're planning on doing I guess it's ROLP. Okay, good. 7-3. Stanley, 7-3s to you. Thanks a lot. And anything else you have to say for a final? Go ahead. Okay, 73s. Thanks a lot. And anyone that's following along, I suggest check in on that stream. That would be helpful. My stream would be Twitch TV, W2JV. You can hear other stations. You could look at their signal reports, and also you can have yourself on that stream as well. So that would be something that would be a little extra fun to do if you can. Twitch TV with my home call. Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. QRZ, anyone, anywhere. This is Special Event Station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, a uniform Foxtrot.
Kilowatt 3 Tango Whiskey.
Roger, thank you, sir. Kilowatt 3 Tango Whiskey, thank you so much for making the call today. I appreciate that. Give me your name and location.
This is Tom in Florida. You're 59, over.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much for the report. I appreciate that. You're doing real well here. You're about 10 over 9, Long Island, New York. The name here is Peter for the record. Papa Echo, Tango Echo Romeo. Thanks a lot, 73s. And most importantly, thank you on this Mother's Day to say thank you to all the heroes fighting COVID-19. Really appreciate that, 73s. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. Standby stations, you had a question, sir. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, your home call sign, over.
Roger, my pleasure. My home call sign is Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor. Whiskey 2, Japan, Victoria. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot.
November 9, Tango Alpha.
Is that November 9 Tango Alpha? Go ahead.
November 9, Tango Oscar, Tango Ontario.
Roger, I got that. November 9 Tango Ontario, Tango Oscar. Thanks so much, sir. Your name and location.
Thank you for coming back. It is Rob, Romeo Oscar Bravo, located in Normal, Illinois. It's about halfway between Chicago and St. Louis.
Thank you so much. Sure wish things were normal. Hopefully they'll get normal soon. Thanks you, Rob. I appreciate that. Here in New York, we're talking about the entire state of New York. It certainly looks unlikely that New York City will not reopen for quite a while. Quite a while? I don't know. No one knows. It all depends on just how those parameters work out. But it looks like it could be September. Who knows? Could be later than that. The other counties, the smaller counties in New York, they are perhaps more protected, less populated, obviously. And if their numbers continue to look good, they can open county by county. We really hope so. Rob, thanks a lot. 73s. Be well. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot. The Kilo 4 with Delta in it, please.
Kilo 4 Delta Victor Whiskey.
Roger, thank you very much for that repeat. Kilo 4 Delta Victor Whiskey. Thank you so very much. Your name and your location.
Name is Ed Echo Delta. We're in Melbourne, Florida, just south of the Cape. Go ahead.
Roger, south of the beautiful Cape. Thanks so very much, Ed. I appreciate that. Thanks so much on this Mother's Day, 2020, saying thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19. We really appreciate your contributions, and you're taking the time to say hello, and most importantly, thank you to those heroes fighting. You know, many of us may think, is this only isolated? Is this only the amateur radio operators that are saying thank you back and forth to one another? No, not at all. My stream is being packaged to news outlets and to people that are in the healthcare industry, and hopefully they will take advantage and hear it, spend a minute or two hearing some of us saying thank you to all those folks fighting COVID-19 to make us safer. 73s, QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot. Roger, thank you. Bravo. I think I've got that right. Alpha Delta 0 Delta Bravo. Do I have that right? Go ahead.
QSL, that is correct. Thank you to all the heroes that are out there.
Monty, thank you. My pleasure. Do you go by the name of Monty? Go ahead.
Roger. The name here is Monty. Mike Oscar, November, Tango Echo.
Roger, thank you so very much. I appreciate. Thank you for the call from Minnesota. I appreciate that very much. And again, thank you for saying thank you. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot.
Kilowatt Echo 0, Yankee Whiskey 4.
Roger, I believe I have a Kilo Echo 0 Yankee Whiskey. Go ahead.
good afternoon. The name is Jerry, Juliet, Echo, Romeo, Romeo, Yankee, and K2H is in St. Louis, Missouri.
Thank you, Jerry. Kilo Echo Zero Yankee Whiskey. Thanks so much. Or as often would be said on the Seinfeld show, Jerome. But you're a Jerry, just like the other Jerry. Thanks so much, Jerry, in St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks for making contact with us. Thanks so very much. Thank you for saying hello, and we appreciate really very much your time. I say that over and over again, and I mean it sincerely. Without you guys coming on the air, taking the time to say hello to the special event station, certainly it would be very, very lonely here. And of course, if anyone at all would like to discuss anything to do with COVID-19, their particular experiences, maybe their concerns, any anxiety that they may have, I'm not a psychiatrist, we're not psychiatrists, but if you want to vent any of that at all, please, by all means, feel free to do that. It's our pleasure, really, to everyone to hear that, and we can all help one another out. This is a good therapy. We're lucky. We have amateur radio as an outlet. It's not good for those folks that do not have outlets, or maybe their outlets have been cut off. Maybe they enjoyed going to the gym, to the spa. Maybe they enjoyed just going getting their hair cut. All of that right now is being stopped, and there's a lot of anxiety as a result of that. If you have an opportunity to talk with one of those people, please tell them, be good to yourself, try to do some things that are fun, that'll give you a distraction, because not only are we having patients, we're also having the side benefit of other folks who are having certainly anxiety issues, not related, but are related to COVID-19. So do them a favor and put a virtual arm around them and tell them, maybe you can get back into some other type of hobby that maybe you once did that you didn't do because you had busy in your life. Anyway, 73s, Jerry. Thanks a lot. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. The November Tango station, go ahead.
Yeah, November Tango 4 kilowatt.
Roger, thank you. November Tango 4 kilowatt. Thank you so very much. Your name and location, please.
Yeah, Roger. Name here is JC, Juliet Charlie, and location is just north of Orlando, Florida. Great special event, and certainly well deserved. Thanks a lot. The signal report on this end is 5-9 here in Florida. Over.
Roger, JC. Thanks so much. Thank you for your very thoughtful and meaningful words. By the way, you're about 10 over 9 here in Long Island, New York. Thanks, Jim. Thank you very much. Yes, when this event was conceived by the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club and the few people that got together to do this, we were sure right from the get-go that this would be something that would be meaningful, that would be significant, and that we all would enjoy. We have 62 counties that we asked to join us. Many of them have, and we thank them for it. We thank them for their service. And it's all of New York State saying thank you to all the workers in New York State, but clearly that goes beyond the state to the country and the world. We're very small. We're only 700,000 amateurs in the United States and a total of 3 million around the world. So we're a small world when it comes to that, and we all come together, always have, because let's remember, we are a service first. As the FCC would say, we're in the amateur radio service, and our pleasure to do the service. Thank you, JC. 73s. QRZ. Kilo 2 Heroes is on the air. Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
K2HF Whiskey 4, Victor Charlie Hotel.
Whiskey 4, Roger. Victor Charlie Hotel. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead.
That's correct. The name is Charles. Location, Signal Mountain, Tennessee.
Roger. Thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate that. Charles, is your location, is it near the tail of the dragon? Go ahead.
That's in North Carolina, right adjacent to us.
Roger. Yep, I hear a bunch of my friends in car clubs. They certainly, every year, they get together and they drive responsibly for a charity through the tail of the dragon. Got to do that one of these years. 73s, Charles. Thanks so much for making contact with us. And let's not forget, the purpose of this event is to say thank you to all the heroes fighting COVID-19, especially today. As I said, the session is dedicated to the nurses, the doctors, the EMTs, the pharmacists that are there working hard and putting their life at risk for sure. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Charlie 9, Zulu Uniform, KC9.
Roger, thank you. Kilo Charlie 9, a Zulu uniform. I'm glad I'm not on CW. Might have had a little challenge with that. Your name, sir, and your location.
Good evening. My name is Len. Lima Echo November. Location is Oswego, Illinois, western suburb of Chicago.
Roger, thanks so much, Len. I appreciate that from Oswego, Illinois. Thank you very, very much. Thanks so much for making contact with us, Len, and saying thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19. Again, if anyone has a comment, I don't want to cut you off. You can say when you begin your call to us. You can then say, just have a comment I'd like to make, so I'm sure to give you as much airtime as you need. 73, thanks so very, very much. I did get something here from someone, for W4VCH. Was that signal or just compression of the audio? Yep, that was probably audio compression, I would think. 73s, and be well, be safe. Good to have questions because we can certainly answer them as best as we can. Here on my end, that sounded like a lot of compression on the audio, but not too bad at all. 73s, thanks so much. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. Roger, thank you so very much. Kilo Charlie 5, Delta, India, Juliet. Thanks so very much for making contact with us. Your name and your location, please. I'm not sure if I have the call right. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's Kilo Golf 5, Delta, India, Juliet. Name's Dan, Delta Alpha Neptune, Freestone County, Texas.
Raj, Dan, thank you so much. Is that KG5, Delta, India, Juliet? Do I have that right?
That is correct. Roger, Roger.
Roger, good. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for the correction on the call. I appreciate that. And thank you again for coming in, taking your time to thank the heroes fighting COVID-19. We really appreciate that. 73s. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Whiskey 4, Delta, India, Delta.
Roger, that's a big signal. And really just... I'm going to say audio that I'd like to frame. Beautiful audio. Maybe give me a little idea of what kind of setup you're using. What are you using? Almost sounds like an Anon, but it's probably a 73 or 7600. Hopefully, maybe it's a Flex, what I'm using. W4DID, name, location, and what your operating conditions are. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. This is Ralph, W4DID, located in Cumberland County, Tennessee, which is east of Nashville. Running a commercial, a Lecter Voice ER20 mic on a new Yaesu FTDX 101 Delta Barefoot and a 3-element stepper at 55 feet. Over.
Thank you, Ralph. FTX, that's a gorgeous rig. Wonderful job, really wonderful job, and you really got the audio mixed just perfectly. Thanks a lot for that information from Tennessee, Ralph. I appreciate that. Thanks so much, and I will salute to you. I see on your QRZ page, you're raising a Stein, maybe a lager, or maybe it's Coke. Not sure, but nevertheless, salute to you as well, and to all the mothers out there. Happy and healthy Mother's Day. Thanks so much. 73s to you. Thanks for stopping by and taking the time to say hello this afternoon. This is, I think you know it by now, we're a special event station, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Apologies for not using the correct ITU phonetics, but I think that we can get away with it today. QRZ. Kilo Alpha 4, Charlie Lima Lima. Roger, thank you. Kilo Alpha 4, Charlie Lima Lima. Thanks so much. Your name and location. Go ahead.
Roger, name is Bob. QTH is Bowling Green, Kentucky, located about 60 miles north of Nashville.
Roger, 60 miles north of Nashville. Thank you so very much, Bob. I appreciate that. I remember my trip to Nashville. One of the nicest trips I took when I was young, and did a lot of traveling with my Super Beetle VW. 1970 version, and really enjoyed my time at the Grand Ole Opry. It was one of those stops that I had to make. Why did I have to make one of those stops? Well, Gene Shepard told me to. On one of his broadcasts on WR 710 radio, the guy that really got me really pepped up on this idea of amateur radio, he was mentioning the Grand Ole Opry, and it certainly made the trip, and it made it worthwhile. Fortunate enough to be able to sit in on a session at the Opry. Anyway, 73s, and let's get back to amateur radio. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. The station ending in United Tango, please.
This is Kilo Delta 4, United Tango, in Florida. I copy you 5-9. Thank you.
Bruce, thanks so very much. I appreciate that. KD4 UT, United Tango. Thanks so much, Bruce. Appreciate the call from Palm Harbor, Florida. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I'm kind of a little jealous these days. We're watching different series on I think it's AETV. talking about buying yachts, and certainly that location around your area is one of the areas people are certainly going to the canals and buying some yachts. So 73s, enjoy the weather, be well, be safe, and thanks so much for making contact with us. 73s to you, sir. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, a uniform Foxtrot.
November 4, Victor, Gulf, India.
Roger, thank you. November 4, Victor Gulf, India. Welcome aboard. Thank you so very, very much. People are talking a little bit about gorgeous cars. Yeah, there's some gorgeous cars they're seeing. I guess I have an i6 MK6 Jetta. That's a nice car. Really considering getting an older Mark IV. Okay, the air cools and other Volkswagens are amazing. Yeah, we can talk about other things here as well. Yeah, I had a VW Beetle. I bought that during the gas crisis in 1970, and I sold it 3 years later. And it's the only time I ever made a profit on a car. And I did it with the VW back in 1970. And then I was fortunate enough to buy a 914. They called it a Porsche, but really it was a VW 914. And loved that car a lot, too. Really, really did. Enjoyable car, and really love air-cooled engines. They're great, easy to work on, and extremely reliable. Hey, 73s, we can talk about other things here. This is certainly not a sad event. Clearly, the events are frightening. There's a lot of anxiety. But one of the things we like to do is really kind of turn this into a celebration. We are thanking, and during the thanking, we're celebrating the nurses, the doctors, the EMTs, the pharmacists for what they're doing. So we're celebrating them today, and as we're celebrating the mothers today as well. Without them, we wouldn't have the nurses. Thanks so very much. Let me have your name, sir. It's sorry for me going on and on, but your name and location. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. November 4, Victor, Gulf, India. N4 VGI in Paducah, Kentucky. It's an Indian name in the far western end of the state of Kentucky. And just to rattle on a little bit here, and I won't hold it, but I had a friend that had a 1968 Volkswagen VW Bug, and we bought a junked Porsche Carrara engine, and we installed it in that thing with the help of a torch and scissors and hammers. But it was really something. We had a ball doing it. Anyway, we won't hold it. Thank you for the station, and we're all pretty well upbeat here in the state of Kentucky. Over.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I really am. Do you go by Bob or Robert? Go ahead.
Bob Baker, Ovo Baker.
Roger, Bob. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have some friends that have done those conversions, and it's incredible because you can fit in a Carrera engine, but it's a Boxster engine, and you can really do amazing things with that. And it's incredible when you think of Ferdinand Porsche, what he did, and the engine that he built, and everyone looked at him and said, "An engine over the rear axle? You must be crazy." But those Carrera engines, and by Carrera, it could have been an engine probably, I don't know. Let's see, if you had a '68, it could have been an engine that was in the '70s perhaps. But they were just great engines to put in those cars, and you could really fool people by the understated VW and just watch it take off. And by the way, I'm sure that Bob, you know the Duke of Paducah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Roger, sure did.
Well, that's just great. Thanks so much, Bob. Thank you for mentioning what you did. That takes talent to do that kind of engine swap, and must have really enjoyed it. 73s to you, and I'm glad things are flattening out in Kentucky. That is good to hear, really good to hear. People are paying attention, they're being safe, and they're staying home and being patient. 73s to you. Be well. Thanks so very much, Bob. Really appreciate it. Very, very much. We're talking about, that is, it's in purple. So let's see. Let me just read it. Stand by 1 second. That's HL. I think Herbert Lima 521. I really want to find a 90s Volkswagen Coronado and throw a VW W12 into. Yeah, that would be exciting. That would be one for certainly the auto magazines. That'd be great. Great build. Hey, 73s. Thanks a lot, Bob. Thanks for the time. QRZ, folks. This is a special event station, not a car station today, but a special event station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19, and distractions are a good thing. I'm sure they would say the same thing. Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. QRZ. Roger, I believe it's Alpha 0. Go ahead.
Yeah, Alpha 0, Foxtrot Oscar. You're about 25 over into Kansas City, Kansas. The name here is Marshall, over.
Roger, Marshall. Thanks so very much. Yeah, you've got a big signal as well. The one thing I'm hearing a hum on your signal, Marshall. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's possible. A little bit of noise here in the shack.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, as long as you know what it is. I know that when I had the problem, certainly it was RFI and grounding issues. And my grounding, I personally was very sloppy. I had long runs going to my cold water pipe, and they were effectively antennas that I was running to these pipes. So I got smart and threw an 8-foot rod down right outside my shack, and threw braided line to all the individual pieces of equipment, and that got rid of many problems that I had. Okay, 73s to you. Thanks a lot. You've got a fantastic signal, though, from Kansas City, Kansas. Thanks, Marshall, for making contact with us. QRZ, Special Event Station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. This is, you know it, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Echo Zero, Lima, Oscar Tango.
The Kilo Echo Zero, please, first.
Kilo Echo Zero, Lima, Oscar Tango. You have Dan in Kansas, and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you, Dan. It's my pleasure to be here. Really an honor, and we enjoy it. And we'd like to put as much time as we can into this, and we can't thank you all enough for taking the time. There's a lot of stations there. There may be some stations that are running 100 watts in a wire. There may be some stations that are HOA limited. And if you are, by all means, I want to make contact with you. There's no reason why we can't. And what you can do is you can go on my chat channel, Twitch TV, stroke Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, my home call, and you'll get connected, and then you could give me a chat and tell me, hey, Peter, I don't think I'll be able to get through. Can you make room for me? Be happy to do that if you'd like to do that. So by all means, check in there as another way of alerting me that you're here. You see, we're using technology. We're doing what the gamers are using. We're on Twitch TV. The gamers are saying, wait a minute now, what are you guys doing here? You're an amateur radio station. You shouldn't be using this kind of technology. But yeah, we are. And certainly it's a way for the young people to look at what we're doing and not seeing that we're in the dark ages, that we are embracing the modern techniques as much as we can. I'm using a sound card here to keep the audio stream going and not to have too many dropouts. That is just as powerful a sound card that you may be using on iRacing. And by the way, I hope you guys that are involved, I know a lot of people that I'm talking with are from the beautiful Southwest, and we're not seeing auto racing, but I got to tell you, you got to tell me if anybody watching anything that's on iRacing, that's the virtual auto racing, that is the sim racing. It is unbelievable. It is good racing, and you wouldn't believe that it's simulated. iRacing does a phenomenal job in, and this, I'm not selling it, but I'm just saying they do a phenomenal job in their algorithms. And if you have a chance, you can basically check into Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s channel on iRacing and watch him practice and race. He's phenomenal. He's just a great guy, one of the many that are out there. But all the professionals right now in NASCAR are pretty much involved with iRacing, and if you have a chance, check into it. I just got off on that tangent because we're streaming like they're streaming. Anyway, 73s to you, Dan. Thanks so very much. QRZ, this is a station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19, but we're more than happy to talk about a variety of subjects. We really are, and certainly if people want to talk about COVID-19 experiences, by all means do that. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, listening. Whiskey Delta 4 Echo Radio Mike, thanks so much for joining us. Hope I got the name right, the call right, rather. Whiskey Delta 4 Echo Radio Mike. Your name and location, please.
Okay, name is Ken, Kilo Echo November, and I'm in Georgia, right on the Georgia-Florida border. And I'm one of those weak 100-watt stations talking on a wire. We're using a vertical loop at 80 feet. And 100 watts, a simple station, but sometimes it gets out. Over.
Well, it sure does, Ken. It gets out big time. I'm going to tell you, your signal is 10 over 9. Very well done. How are you having that? Is that up in the trees there, Ken? Go ahead.
Roger, it is. I've got some big Georgia pine trees right outside the house, right at 100 feet. And the antenna, we got it up 80 feet in each tree. It takes 100 feet to string it out. But if you look on my QRZ page, it's a very different form of a triangular. It's not a delta loop, but it is in a triangle. And I've been using it for 8 years. And it works K2H very good on DX. It's not a shame to wade across the water. But anyway, thanks for picking me up. I think you got a good there, and certainly got a terrific signal down here. You're about 15 over here in South Georgia, right on the Georgia-Florida border. Over.
Roger, Ken. Well, you do as well, and congratulations on that antenna design. That's doing one heck of a job. And any station that would like to look at his page, go to Whiskey Delta 4 Echo Radio Mike, and you can see what he has done. I'm sure going to do that as well. Good job, Ken. Very good job. And also, this is very interesting. I do want to hear about people that are using wires and different kind of wires, whether it's Delta loops. Yesterday, I spoke to a very strong station that was using a magnetic loop. And what a job that he was doing, and it shows. And he was in an HOA, and I'll tell you, he was putting out one heck of a signal. So there are other ways to be able to get on amateur radio. Those that are listening to the stream right now, and we do appreciate you listening to our stream. Those that are doing that are thinking maybe, I'm in a small area property, I'm in a congested area, I'm in an HOA, but I don't think I can get any kind of HF signal. Well, there you go. Ken is showing you that you can do that with 100 watts and a wire. So check out his website, and you might be surprised at what you see. 73's Ken, thanks for sharing that with us. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. The station ending in Zulu, please. The station ending in Zulu.
Whiskey Alpha Zero, United Delta Zulu.
Roger. Whiskey Alpha Zero, United Delta Zulu. Thank you so very much for the contact. I appreciate that. Your name and location, please.
The name here is Ron, Roger, Ocean, Nancy. We're located in Bemidji, Minnesota, northwest Minnesota, first city on the Mississippi. And you are about a 10 over 9 here today. Very good signal.
Ron, thank you. Bemidji, Minnesota. Never spoke to somebody there, so this is a first for me. Thanks, Ron, very much. You got a nice signal in Beltrami County. Really appreciate that. Let's see, we have somebody here that's saying for AMSAT, do you typically use a KX or KA band also available, and do you packet radio through that too? Yeah, I'm using UHF and VHF at the present time, not KA or KU/X. And I'm using an IC9100 for that. And yes, I do packet through the International Space Station. We do digipacket through the International Space Station, and that's a lot of fun. So if you just have a technician license, go to amsat.org, and you can see what's going on. I have that AMSAT banner behind me, along with that balloon that says Happy Mother's Day. Thanks a lot for the question. We really appreciate that. 73's on. Be well and good luck. QRZ. Special event station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stoke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Alpha 1 Yankee Kilo KA1YK.
Roger, nice signal, sir. Thank you so much. K1YK, thank you. Name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, Long Island, New York, about 45 miles east of very, very quiet New York City. Your name, sir, and location. Go ahead.
Yeah, real fine, Peter. Very good signal coming into North Central Florida, near Ocala. My name is Stu, Sierra, Texas Uniform, and I thank you very much for coming back, and I pray every meal for the well-being of all those people that are serving this country right now with the coronavirus, Peter.
Thank you so much, Stuart. K1YK. Thank you for your prayers. I do the same. I have two family members, Maddie and Heather, both working in hospitals. One is working in New York, and the other is working on Long Island. And they are working tirelessly every day, and both of them are in critical care situations. And so thank goodness they're young, they're in good health, they have a lot of energy. And they're doing every right thing and every precaution, and thank goodness they've got all the correct PE equipment to get them through the day. Thanks so much for that, and we appreciate really your very, very kind thoughts. Happy Mother's Day, if I didn't say it earlier. Happy Mother's Day, really appreciate that. 73's. This is Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. Station ending in Echo, please.
Whiskey 4, Delta Sierra Echo. Lima Echo.
Roger. Yeah, there's two stations with Echo in it. I kind of probably should have figured that out, but I think I've got Whiskey 4 Delta Sierra Echo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's you. Go ahead.
That is correct, David. name here is Dan. I'm located about 25 miles south of Tampa, Florida, in Sun City Center, Florida. Back to you.
Thank you, Dan, in Sun City, Central Florida. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thanks for saying thank you to the nurses, the doctors, the pharmacists, the EMTs that are serving so well to fight coronavirus COVID-19. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. There's another station that's ending in echo. Well, come on in, please. I'm looking, King Station standby. I'm looking for that other station with echo. The other station ending in echo, please.
Kilowatt Delta Zero, Juliet Lima, Echo.
Roger, thank you very much. Kilowatt Delta Zero, Juliet Lima Echo. Thank you so much. Your name and location, please.
The name is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo, and I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Roger, Steve. Thank you so much for Denver, Colorado. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for making contact with us. Thank you. I called my sister today, who lives not too far from me, to wish her a happy Mother's Day. And, we heard from the news when this all really began hot in February that you'd know somebody who had COVID-19. And I said, that's nutty. That's crazy. Well, I spoke to her, and she tested positive. She and her husband both tested positive for COVID-19. Thank goodness that their symptoms were not too serious. My sister does have some underlying health conditions, so she immediately got an appointment to be tested. And within 3 days, she received a test that she was positive. They both had fevers about 100, 101. No respiratory issues, no swelling of her lungs or anything like that. So fortunately, it lasted for about 3 or 4 days. But there you go. As it was said, you got to know somebody, and it's out there, and it's extremely, extremely contagious. So thank God that they survived. They got well, but you got to really be very, very careful and very aware of what's going on out there. 73s. Thanks so much for the contact. QRZ Kilo 2 Heroes. Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo Bravo 4 Sierra Victor Papa.
Roger, thank you. Kilo Bravo 4 Sierra Victor Papa. Thanks so very much. Your name and location, please.
Okay, that would be, my name is Richard, and the location is Cumming, Georgia. Cumming is about 45 miles northeast of Atlanta, Georgia. QSL?
QSL on Cummings, Georgia. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for making contact with us. Thanks for making my day. Every contact that is made here is certainly a very big thank you to those healthcare workers, the pharmacists, the doctors, the EMT workers, the people on the front lines. Those are the warriors who are fighting this virus. And, if you know some of them, please wish them well. Say hello, give them a call, and give them your encouragement. That's for sure. 73s, QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
KC4CL.
Roger, thank you. Kilo Charlie 4, I believe it's Charlie Lima. Correct me if I'm wrong, and give me your name and location.
Yes, sir. You got it correct. Kilo Charlie 4, Charlie Lima. The name is Chan, Charlie Hotel, Alpha November, located down in mid-central Florida. And have 73s, and you're have a good cause going there. I know we tested negative.
Thank you so very much. Glad you tested negative. Thank goodness for that. Continue to be safe, be careful, and certainly stay home as much as you can. That's for sure. 73s, be well. Good luck. Thanks so very much. I was talking with a friend of mine, Chan, today, who said that a lot of folks in Florida are really kind of casual about it. They're going to the beaches. They're going to public places. They're not wearing their masks. So, you can't be too casual with this, and you just don't want to take a chance. This is like roulette in terms of you may be lucky enough, like my sister and my brother-in-law, that it passes easily, but it may not. So it's best to really be careful, not only for yourself, but for others that might have some serious underlying health issues that you may inadvertently pass it on to. 73s, QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, representing Suffolk County, one of the 62 counties in New York State. QRZ. Yes, the station with Sierra Whiskey Charlie in it, please.
Roger, Kilowatt America 5, Sierra Whiskey Charlie. Name here is John. Location is South Texas, and you're 59 plus this afternoon.
Thank you, John. Thanks a lot for making contact with us from Texas. We appreciate that. You've got a good signal as well here into Long Island, New York this afternoon on this Mother's Day here. The weather is very nice. We're at about, I don't know, let's see, 66 degrees, light winds from the, right now I believe they're coming from the southwest, and nice clear day today. Nice day for virtual drive-bys and waving hello. You may hear some horns soon coming by as people are saying Happy Mother's Day. We got quite a few mothers on our block. 73s, thanks so much. QRZ, special event station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, the Alpha Bravo Charlie first.
Whiskey 5, Alpha Bravo Charlie.
Roger, thank you so much. Whiskey, I think it's Whiskey 5. I put a 4 in here. Let me just correct that. Whiskey 5, Alpha Bravo Charlie. Thanks so much. Your name and location, please.
Hey, all right. The name is Joe, and we're located just a little east of downtown New Orleans, Louisiana.
Thank you, Joe. A little east of New Orleans, Louisiana. What a wonderful place to be. So sad as New York, as it is there, being quiet. So many parishes have had so much difficulty, as we have in our counties in New York. Clearly, some of the hardest hit counties here, Queens County in New York, and as well as New York County, Manhattan County, because of the population density, isn't doing well. Right now, for those that are following on stream, I have Joe's QSL card on stream. It looks fantastic, very nicely designed. Joe, I like that. I like the life member, the ARRL. That's fantastic, and I like that Earthrise. That's one of the classic pictures of all time. So I'll be showing some pictures now to those that are streaming. If you also that are on the radio, nothing wrong with going over to the stream, Twitch TV. Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, and you can watch some of the activity. It's like a separate show we have here for those that do not have amateur radio equipment. And hopefully, some folks out there, if you're certainly someone on the front lines, whatever you may be, and when I say on the front lines, I certainly mean everybody. I mean not only the doctors, the nurses, the healthcare workers, the EMTs, and the police, and the firemen, and the military who provide medical help, but as well as the sanitation, the postal workers, and the supermarket personnel. Certainly, if any of you are there or are online here on the chat box, please say hello. Please tell us who you are, and I'd like to have a shout out to you. Joe, thanks a lot, 73s, and thanks for that beautiful card. Over to you for your final.
Thanks a bunch. And by the way, didn't catch the name. Wanted to thank you for what you're doing, and also wanted to put your name in the log.
My pleasure. Yes, sorry for that. The name is Peter. Papa Echo, Tango Echo Romeo. Peter. Personal call, home call is Whiskey 2, Juliet Victor, W2JV. 73s, thanks so much for taking the time to say thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19. I appreciate that very, very much. And right now, let's see. Let me put up a picture here. Let's see what we've got here right now. Let's see here. We've got... this picture that I'm showing right now for those people that are looking to stream, he is a head surgeon at one of the local hospitals, and he's done a phenomenal job, and he looks real good, working long hours. Head surgeon at one of the New York hospitals. We really do appreciate what you're doing for sure as well. Thanks a lot for that. And let's see, what else do I have here? Another picture I want to show you. This is my good friend Brian. Brian has been so nice enough to send me a few pictures of people that are working in his hospital. He is an amateur radio operator, and he is one of the nicest guys that you'll ever meet. Just a font of some tremendously solid information when you ask him what's going on and how are things going. And so happy to see the nurse there standing next to him and with a big, nice smile. And you know what? These good folks, they're working tirelessly. Their life's on the line. And like good soldiers, there they are smiling and being positive. Because you know what? When they're tending to patients, they got to put their feelings aside. It's just an incredible job that they do. Thanks so much, guys. We really appreciate that. QRZ. This is Kilo 2 Heroes, celebrating nurses, doctors, and pharmacists today for my session. Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilowatt 0 India Uniform Zulu.
Roger, thank you. Kilowatt 0. Let me get that right. Stand by. My cursor was in the wrong spot. Kilowatt 0 India. Give me your call again, please.
Kilowatt 0 India Uniform Zulu.
Roger, I got that. Thank you so very much. Kilowatt 0 India Uniform Zulu. The name is Peter, and give me your name and location.
Yeah, Peter, thanks a lot. Name is Jerry, and we're just south of Minneapolis, St. Paul, a little village called Prior Lake. Thank you for being online with everybody, and I sure appreciate it. We're going to get tested on Wednesday.
Good for you. Good luck with that test, and I hope that turns out negative for sure. But it's a good idea if you have any concerns at all. And I have your picture right now up that the streamers are looking at that are watching this stream. It's a beautiful picture of, I know what that is. It's ice fishing because I did that when I lived on Greenwood Lake in New York, and certainly the land of the thousand lakes in Minnesota. Jerry, good luck and be well, and hopefully things will turn out just fine for you. 73s. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, uniform, Foxtrot. The station Oscar Alpha King, please.
Yeah, WA208K, Whiskey Alpha 2, Ocean America Kilowatt. QRZ?
Roger, Roger. Whiskey Alpha 2, Ocean America Kilowatt. Thank you so very, very much. I think you're local. I think you're in Forest Hills. Give me your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Roger. Actually, I'm located right now in Great Neck, but I'm an orthopedic surgeon, working also in Forest Hills, Queens. Then again, Arnold, Alpha Romeo November, Oscar Lima Delta. Great job you're doing today.
Arnold, thank you very much, and I'm sure I could say the same to you as an orthopedic surgeon. Thank you so much for the great job you're doing, and I'm sure that you're called upon to go above and beyond what you're doing. Thanks so much for making contact with us from New York, the epicenter, and hopefully soon to be a healthier place. Arnold, thank you. 73s, and do appreciate very, very much your kind words. We're certainly motivated. We're getting our energy not from chocolate bars, not from caffeine drinks. We're getting our energy from these folks that are on the front lines fighting COVID-19, because we know as communicators that our word is getting out. And thank you so very much, all of you, for staying with us and sticking by us and saying thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, uniform, Foxtrot. The station with Hotel Mike, please.
Kilowatt Delta 4, Echo Hotel Mike.
Roger, thank you. Kilowatt Delta 4, Echo Hotel Mike. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so very, very much for making contact with us, saying hello to us here at the special event station, honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. Have another picture online of a nurse with a nice pose, posing next to certainly a bed, probably looks like in the trauma center. We will not give names, but we'll just show pictures. They know who they are. We'll have that picture up for a while. KD4EHM, your name and location, please.
Hi, Peter. My name's Mike. Michael India Kilo Echo. I'm trying to find you on Twitch and can't seem to find you. I'm down here in Florida, Spring Hill, Florida. It's on the west coast, 45 miles north of Tampa.
Thank you, Mike. Got you in Spring Hills, Florida. Okay, go to, I'm sure you're on Twitch TV. When you're on Twitch TV, just put my home call in, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, Whiskey 2 Japan Victoria. I'll stand by, okay?
All right, Peter. It's coming back with no results found.
Okay, you're putting in, let's see, you're on the Twitch TV site, you're in the search bar, and you're putting in W2JV?
Okay, there I found it. I was in the wrong bar. I was in the filter by.
Okay, there you go. Fine and dandy. And I'm sure right now, correct me if I'm wrong, are you looking at a picture of a nurse posing next to a bed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, good. Good. And again, if there's anyone out there that would like to make contact with is having trouble, let me know. McKay117, have you 5'9" here in Nebraska. This is W0CES. Well, if you'd like to make contact with me, please, by all means, tell me, and I will clear the way for you if you might not be able to get in here. 73s to you, Mike. Thanks a lot. Thanks for taking the time to look at our stream, and anyone else, I encourage you to do that because I think it adds another element to what we're doing. Certainly, I'm showing pictures of different practitioners, and there are times you'll see pictures of the QRZ pictures of the calls that are coming in. Thanks so much, 73s. QRZ, Special Event Station, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, uniform Foxtrot. Roger, thank you. I think that's my first 7 today. Kilowatt 7, Foxtrot Kilowatt. Thanks so much. Your name and location.
Hey, the name's Chris, and I'm just outside of Salt Lake City. Hey, we talked the other day, and I've been trying to faithfully follow your station. And I wanted to give everybody good friend of mine, my neighbor Glenn, has been diagnosed with COVID, and he just suffered from just a horrible, horrible runny nose. And I just wanted to remind everybody, you've got to wear your mask and protective gear, gloves, things like that. I just hope everybody can put their prayers in his direction, QSL.
QSL, Chris, we will do that. Let's all really have a moment of prayers and hope that Glenn will, in fact, recover. Glenn will feel better soon, and hopefully he'll return to health. And with Chris there, with his strong words, will also benefit as well. And that's part of it. We're going to put our good karma out to Glenn. And thanks a lot, Chris, for mentioning that. And thanks a lot for following us here on the amateur radio bands as well as Twitch TV. We really do appreciate that. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I'm saying that because I really want it to be. I want this to be once in a lifetime. Chris, thanks so much. Is there anything you'd like to add about Glenn or not? Does he have any underlying health conditions? Chris, go ahead.
No, Glenn's he's strong. He's around 50, 52 years old, and he's in good health. But man, he's sure had one heck of some symptoms there. So hey, I wanted to say 73 to everybody, and thanks for picking me up. It's a real godsend that you guys are out there, and God be with everybody.
Thanks so much, Chris. Yep, you bet. Same to you as well. God bless, and hopefully Glenn, because he doesn't have underlying conditions, will get through this. But you know, there's a situation. My sister got through this, and brother-in-law fairly in good shape. But there are people, and it could be like Glenn, that this knocks you for a loop. It's like a bolt of lightning hits you. And when Chris says, wear your masks, sincerely, wear your masks. You may think it's ridiculous that a molecule that can hang in the air for a small period of time, it can. This virus is novel, and things that you never believe would happen. It would sound like a Houdini act when you hear some of these people, doctors like Dr. Fauci, talking about this, but it can happen. So by all means, you can be in a box store, you can be in a supermarket, you can be in a pharmacy, and clearly you can have molecules hanging in that air just waiting to basically contaminate you. So by all means, let's not be heroes. Let's not be John Waynes out there. Let's be scared. Let's be concerned. Let's have anxiety when we go out there, if we have to go out there. By all means. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for that. I really do appreciate that. Very, very helpful. Appreciate it. 73s. QRZ. This is Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Gentleman has me 5'9", just have to break the pileup. Okay, well, if you have difficulty getting through the pileup, let me know, and we'll be here for you. Thanks a lot for listening. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo 5, Delta Oscar X-ray.
The Delta Oscar X-ray, please.
This is Kilo 5, Delta Oscar X-ray.
Roger, thank you. Kilo 5, Delta Oscar X-ray. Thank you so very much. I appreciate the call. It's good to hear you. Thanks a lot for getting through to us. We're putting various and different kind of pictures on right now of different nurses. Thank you. This is this is a picture. Let's see if we can get this a little bit larger here. It's a little bit larger. Okay, not too much larger. Can't really read the words on that. But again, Brian was nice enough to send this to us, and we appreciate that. I think that's Sparky over there, Sparky the nurse. Okay, Richard, over to you. Just confirm your name and your location. Go ahead.
Roger. The name is Rick, Romeo India Charlie Kilowatt, K2H in San Antonio, Texas. Just want to say I really appreciate what you're doing out there. I've got a lot of family out in New York and Westchester, and yeah, they're coping with the virus and the lockdown, and hopefully everything is good out there with them. Just spoke to them yesterday, and they're hunkering down. You know, New York has been stricken with pretty much the worst case of it. So just want to say I really appreciate what you're doing.
Richard, thank you so much. Kilo 5, Delta Oscar X-ray. Thank you, Richard, and thanks for checking in on the folks that you know in New York. And yes, we've been knocked for a loop. Why have we been knocked for a loop? Because certainly this was something that we were not prepared for, this bomb that came to us. And what happened in New York, why a lot of people are wondering, why is New York has such huge numbers? Why is New York the epicenter? Well, it's a place called Kennedy International Airport. We had the front door shut of travelers that are coming from Eastern world, the Far East, and those locations. However, we did not close the door to Europe. And 3 million tourists. We love the tourists here in New York, but this time around, the 3 million tourists poured in before we could close the doors. And that's really where this huge amount of infections happened. Impossible to trace them, impossible to test before we knew it. So that's where those huge numbers came from. And hopefully we're getting better at it. And yes, Richard, to your point, you've got to hunker down. You've got to be patient. You've got to not be like the DNA of New York, where they're so anxious to move on and be social. So that's the key to making this work for sure. Thanks a lot, Richard. 73s, be well, good luck. Thanks for making contact with us. We appreciate that, and be well, and hopefully we'll get through this in short time. But we all have to cooperate to do that. 73s. This is Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. Roger, thank you very much, stations. Kilo 7, Oscar Tango Alpha. Thanks so very much. What I have right now online is I have a picture. Hopefully a lot of you can see this. I'm very proud to show this. This is Oscar November 3, United November, ON3UN. A lot of you that follow DX, a lot of you that are contesters, a lot of you folks that like to work stations that are DXpeditions. This is a very famous call, and you can look him up, find out who he is. This is his wife, basically. I believe it's Katie. I believe she's sewing masks for the healthcare workers. So we're very proud of that, and proud of the work that she is doing. Thanks so much. K7OTA. Didn't forget you. Your name and location. Go ahead.
Yeah, name here is Rodolfo, and location right now is in Ottawa, Kansas. We just recently moved here, so I guess if you look at my tours, it's still going to say Fallon, Nevada, but that's where we moved from. But right now we're actually at Melbourne Lake. We just decided to come out here for a little bit, and of course for me to experiment with my little tuner and little Pentec Scout 555 radio, and hopefully you're hearing me okay. It's only doing about 50 watts, and the little knife will tie up about 25 feet up in the air. And here's Rodolfo. Back to you.
Roger, Rodolfo. Yeah, I have you fine. A little bit of QSB, but certainly hovering between a 5.5 and 5.7. And yeah, thanks for the correction. It does show your location as Fallon, Nevada. So thanks a lot. Thanks for making contact with us. Thanks for saying thank you to the nurses, the doctors, the pharmacists, all the healthcare workers that are protecting us, that are keeping us healthy. 73s to you. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, thank you. Whiskey 7, Tango, November Alpha. Thanks so very much. Good afternoon to you. Your name and location.
Yeah, this is Paul, Whiskey 7 Tango November Alpha, and I'm in Fountain Hills, Arizona. I am in an HOA. I'm running 75 watts on a ground-mounted vertical, over.
75 watts on a ground-mounted vertical. Do you hear that, folks? 75 watts ground-mounted vertical. That's fantastic. You're a 5 and 7 here, Paul. Good audio, strong signal. Sounds really, really good. But let me ask you this question. I'm looking at a picture here, your picture on QRZ, and it looks like, I don't know, let me see now. I'm going to guess. It looks like an amp that you have there, but I don't think it may be an amplifier. What is that you're holding there on your QRZ page?
I worked for General Dynamics, and that was some special space hardware test drawer that goes in a rack to test space hardware. If you look down farther on my page, you can see the ground plane I put under my vertical, and I attribute that ground plane to being really able to transmit really well. It really increases my transmission efficiency, and it's just cattle fence. So anyway, anybody that's interested, they can go look down on my page here and see my cattle fence ground plane.
Well, great, and congratulations. General Dynamics was a company that have a lot of respect for sure, Paul. Thank you. Yes, that ground plane is doing a good job. Stations, if you'd like to, he's in an HOA. If you'd like to look at what he's done, and he's doing a phenomenal job. Low power ground plane, Whiskey 7, Tango November Alpha. Thanks so much, Paul. Appreciate that. Thanks for sharing that with us from Fountain Hills, Arizona, 73s. QRZ, anyone, anywhere, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, Kilo Alpha 4, Oscar Alpha Alpha. Thank you so very much. Appreciate the contact. I think we've spoken before. I think it's Frank, and I think you're in Monte Vista, Colorado. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead.
That is correct, Pete. We spoke a couple of days ago, and I appreciate what you're doing here. My wife is, I guess you call an essential worker. She works for the Postal Service, over.
Roger, yes, the Postal Service is on our list of essential workers. Frank, could you give me her first name, please? Go ahead.
Yeah, her first name is Rachel.
Beautiful name. Love that name. Okay, hello, Rachel. Thank you so much for going to work every day, delivering the mail to us, and basically, forsaking any danger that might be out there in the postal system. Keep clean. I'm sure you're wearing gloves all the time. Thank you, Frank. Thanks a lot. Yeah, you were record number 31 to us when we made contact 2010 on May the 7th. Here it is, May the 10th. I feel like I've been on the air for 2 months. My wife might say 6 months, but it's a pleasure. Thanks a lot, Frank. I'll give you a final 73s, and thanks for sharing Rachel with us for a moment or two. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Pete, and like I said, bless you for what you're doing and giving recognition to all those that are out there taking a risk with having to go to work each day. K2H, KA4OAA, 73, Peter.
Roger, Frank. Well said. Yes, they're taking a risk going out there while we're sheltering in place, and that is a risk indeed. No matter how much money you're getting, and certainly we know the Postal Service isn't the most generous employer in the world. They work at a deficit most of the time. So thanks, Frank. Thank you, Rachel. Happy Mother's Day. Thanks a lot for sharing that with us. And that's what this is about. This is about talking about anything at all you want to talk about, of course, but most importantly, talking about any stories that you may have of heroes that are out there that you may know. 73s. And all of us know one hero or another. I know that for sure. 73s to you. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again, I hope, Frank. Thank you. Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ.
Whiskey 0, Charlie Echo Sierra.
Roger, Charlie Echo Sierra. Thanks so much. Whiskey 0, Charlie Echo Sierra. Very nice signal into Long Island, New York. You may know by now the name is Peter. Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, 45 miles southeast of New York City. Your name and location, sir. Go ahead.
Name here is John. I'm in Nebraska, and I'm, I guess you say, a social worker. Unfortunately, was exposed to COVID, but just had my test this weekend, and I passed it. I'm negative, so that's a good thing. So now I just could go back to work.
Roger, John. What kind of work do you do? Roger, maintenance for a packing house. Yeah, that's risky business. Well, you were exposed to COVID, but tested negative. That's fantastic. Thank you. And stay well, and I'm sure you're going to be extra special careful for sure. Thanks a lot, John. Thanks for making contact with us. QRZ, special event station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. Those frontline people, those people like Rachel, those people like John. Thanks so very, very much. That's what we're here for, to say thank you to those folks. And every time we have a hero that's on the air, that's especially nice for all of us because we could say thank you right to them through the magic of amateur radio. Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ.
Whiskey 4, Hotel Kilowatt Lima.
Roger, thank you. Whiskey 4, Hotel Kilowatt Lima. Thank you so very much, sir. Your name and location.
My name is Steve, and the location is Maynardville, Tennessee, about 10 miles north of Knoxville. And you are a strong 20 over S9 here in eastern Tennessee, over.
Thank you so much, Steve. You got a good signal here as well, about 10 over 9. Thank you so much. I think my signal's aided, not by the fact that I do have a good location, have some good altitude here, and some good equipment, but most importantly, I think there's a good karma flying around here. I'm not going to argue with that. Steve, thanks a lot, calling from the beautiful, beautiful state of Tennessee. Be well and be safe, and looks like your state is doing pretty well and hopefully continues to get better. 73s, QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stoke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. There's a station with Bravo Lima. Bravo Lima, go ahead. Roger. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Zulu Foxtrot Lima. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead. Yeah, I got too many Zulus in there. Yes, QSL, Kilo, Foxtrot 5, Zulu, Bravo, Lima. Thanks a lot for the correction. About a 5 and 5, but you're copyable. Your name and location, sir. Roger, Bill. Thanks a lot. Thanks for calling from Texas. We appreciate that. 73s, and have a good day and be well. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Roger. Hotel Zulu, stand by for 1 second, please. Please now the Kilo Charlie Zero station first.
The Kilo Charlie 0 Echo Lima Charlie out of Missouri.
Roger. Kilo Charlie Zero Echo Lima Charlie. You said that right, Missouri. That's the way you say it. Thanks a lot from Macon, I believe. Give me your name, sir, please. Go ahead.
Name's Walt. Whiskey Alpha Lima Tango.
Thank you, Walt. I got that loud and clear. Thank you. And it's nice to look at your QRZ page, and I see a very nice lollipop, the D104. Don't see them much. Are you using the D104 now, Walter? Go ahead.
No, it's sitting back in the corner right now.
Yeah, it could deserve a rest. They work really hard. That was my first mic that I had when I had my first rig, VHF. I had Heathkit Seneca, and I was using a D104 mic with a Hammerlin HQ110A VHF. That goes back a while. 73's Wall, thanks a lot for making contact with us, saying thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19. QRZ, Kilo 2, Hero, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. QRZ again, Kilo 2 Heroes.
Alpha Delta Zero Hotel Zulu.
Roger, thank you very much. Yes, you were the station that I should have called, Alpha Delta Zero Hotel Zulu. Thank you so much. Thanks for your patience. Your name, sir, and your location.
The name here is Terry, Tango Echo Romeo Yankee, located up here in northwest Iowa. And many thanks for you doing this special event station. You certainly make us proud there. And anyhow, I got a boy that is an assistant fire chief, and my wife works in the local hospital here. So, by golly, hats off to all them people out there that are helping this cause along.
Thank you so much, Terry. That's great. Your son is an assistant fire chief, and that's great. And your wife is in healthcare. Would you be kind enough to mention their first names for me? Go ahead.
Oh, certainly. My boy's name is Mike, and my wife's name is Arla. Oh, boy. Alpha Lima Romeo Alpha.
Roger, thank you so much. Shout out, please, to Mike in the fire department and to Arla in healthcare. Thanks so very, very much to Mike and Arla. We appreciate your service. And thank you, Terry, for your nice words. It is our pleasure to do whatever we can in any way we can to basically communicate our feelings and our thanks to the heroes fighting COVID-19. So many of us all the time are working special events, and when we're called to duty, we'd like to show up and give our appreciation for being so fortunate to have this spectrum. You know, this is something we can't take for granted, the amateur radio spectrum. It's not a right, really. We have it because we are expected to do what the FCC tells us. We are a service, and that's why we do our best to train at Aries. We train races, and we do so many different public service events. You know, whether it's a marathon, which we do here in New York, the New York City Marathon, or whether it's an event like the Run for Heroes, we're happy to be called to service because it's really what our responsibility is, and this is part of it. You know, this is not, how shall I say, you know, one of those great fun things to do. It's tough to leave the air and being remembered of what you're doing and what you're doing it for and what it's about. And, you know, these are life and death situations. And but we're here and we're happy to do it. Thanks, Terry. 73s to you. Be well. And thanks so much for the service that both your son and wife are doing. QRZ. This is Kilo 2 Heroes. Yes, Heroes. Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. There's a station that's slightly off frequency, maybe half KC. Come on and tune up to me. 543211234. Ends in Yankee. Come back again to me. Kilo 2 Heroes. Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Okay, I'm not sure if there's a problem that you have with your audio, but it's quite distorted. I'll give you the call I have. Kilo 0 Yankee. Is that correct? Go ahead. Roger, okay, thank you. You're in the log, but not sure that there's something that doesn't seem right. If you're tuning up on the frequency, I'm at 14.234 700. Make sure you're on that frequency, and I want to see if you have an issue there with the mic or not. I think your name is Mike or Michael, and you're located in Kansas. Come on back and give me another report there. KK0 Yankee, Kilo 2 Heroes. Go ahead. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. That's improved. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks for making that correction. Michael, 73s, thanks so very much. You're in the log. Those that want to download the certificates, they'll be available after June 15th. It takes a while to get all this organized, but after June 15th, you'll be able to download a very, very nice keeper certificate commemorating this event, and every county that you make contact with, it will have that designation. So this is Suffolk, Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. You'll have that designation of Suffolk County. 73s to you. Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ.
November 9, Juliet, Mike X-Ray.
Roger, thank you. November 9, Juliet Mike X-Ray. Thank you so very much. Your name and location.
My name here is Bob, and we're in Zephyr Hills, Florida.
Roger, thanks so much, Bob. Let me make sure. Is it November 9, Juliet Mike X-Ray? Go ahead.
Yes, sir, that's it. Not for very long, though. I'm flying for a 4 call here tomorrow morning. I don't know how long it'll take to get it, but I've had that one for 30 years, and well, I'm living full-time in Florida now, so I figure I got to get a 4 number.
Yeah, I really prefer that. You know, when people have their call, they can do whatever they want, but certainly I'd like to always talk to stations that are in the state they're in, and it's sometimes gets confusing. The FCC allows it. I wish they wouldn't. I really wish they wouldn't. I wish they would say, especially also on vanity calls. You know, when I applied for my call, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, my home call, anyone across the United States could get that call. Didn't think it was right. I think you should, be allowed only to basically bid on the call from your particular state. And I think that when you move to a state, I think if you keep your call, then I think you should have to do a stroke 4 on that. Once again, that's allowed, and that gets a little confusing as well. But nevertheless, that's the way it is. No big deal. And yeah, it may take a little longer, Bob, for licensing to get through, but it'll happen. Yeah, I know your former location was Kokomo in Indiana. Okay, 73s to you, and good luck, good health. Thanks for saying thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19. Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. You know, the chat window has been pretty quiet here. Anyone would like to shout out someone that's a hero, please do that on the chat window. Or we'd just like to say a general hello. We'd look forward to that. 73s to you. Thanks so much. Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
India 4, November, London.
The station November Lima. Go ahead.
Kilowatt India 4, let me turn this down a little bit. KI4 NL Kilowatt India 4, November, London. Good afternoon. The hound here is Don, Denmark, Oscar, November. QTH is Van Leer in eastern Kentucky, outside the city of Paintsville.
Thank you. Yeah, the processing was a little bit higher. Compression that you're using did much better when you said you turned it down. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Thanks, Don. Thanks from Van Leer, West Van Leer, I guess, Kentucky. Thanks for making contact with us. Really do appreciate it. 73s. Good day, good health, and to all a happy and healthy Mother's Day. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, I'm gonna part the waves here. I'm gonna part the waves to my good friend, and I do hear you, Tom. Go ahead with your call. Let everybody know who you are. Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. QSL, Tom, QSL. It's a little bit light, but I got you there. And somehow your voice really breaks the waves. It really does. Germany 1, Italy, Zulu, Quebec. Germany 1, Italy, Zulu, Quebec, in beautiful Northamptonshire, England. Thanks so much, Tom. Appreciate that. Quickly, how you doing there today? Go ahead.
K2 stations now. As we can, Peter. Have a lovely evening. All the best to everybody stateside. Keep up the good work. You're heroes as well for doing this. You're just as important as the heroes. And it's wonderful to thank them. Cheers and beers.
Thanks so much, Tom. Thank you so much. Golf 1, India, Zulu, Quebec. Yes, everyone out there that's listening to us, that's working with us, that is listening to the stream, everyone is heroes because they're participating and they're giving up their time to do that. I am so glad. Best news I've heard all day there, Tom, that you're getting back to work on Wednesday. Couldn't be happy enough for it. And, Tom, don't ever say, hope you don't mind me contacting you. As often as you can, my pleasure. As with everybody else, my pleasure, Tom. Terrific to hear you, and, always welcome. God bless the UK. Cheers and beers to you. 73s to you, Tom. Have a good day. Be well, and going to miss you because you're going to work, so we're going to have to figure out another time to get to talk to one another. Go ahead for your final.
Okay, Peter, well, yeah, we'll be back at work on Wednesday by the looks of it, so we'll have to see. But we'll do our best to keep in contact, and, I hope everybody comes through this, especially your side of the pond. And we've got a very special relationship, the UK, with everybody in America. We love you guys, and we send you all our best from the bottom of the heart. God bless America.
Thank you for the God Bless America. We appreciate that so much, Tom. Hope some of you heard this. This is just a wonderful, wonderful patriot, just a fantastic fellow. Thank you so much, Tom. 73s. Okay, back to the station. Let's Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra, a uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. Roger, let's take a time out here for a second. Let me get my pen is not working. There's I believe there's a radio X-ray. I'll get you in a minute if I remember. But a Whiskey Golf Station. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Whiskey Golf 4 Golf. The name here is John Juliet Ocean Hotel Nancy, and the county is Walker County, Georgia.
Roger, thank you. Just got to be sure on the call. Give me your call again for me, please. Go ahead. 2 by 1. Yeah, I put an extra letter. WG4G. I got that. Thanks, John, in Lookout Mountain, Georgia. Thank you. Very good afternoon to you. Thanks for making contact with us. I appreciate that. 73's good health, and thanks a lot for taking the time to make contact with us. Happy Mother's Day out there. Hope it fits. There's a radio X-ray station. Radio X-ray, go ahead.
We check. Roger. Kilo 2 Hotel Stroke Sierra Uniform Fox. This is 9 Kilo 2 Romeo X-ray. 9 Kilo 2 Radio X-ray. You are coming to be 5253, Roger.
Roger, thank you. Let me make sure of the call. Love that. Is it 9 Kilo 2 Radio X-ray? Go ahead.
Roger. This is 9 Kilo Romeo X-ray. Thank you. What's my signal report?
Yes, I believe it's Basil. Basil, that's fantastic. You're 5 and 7, Basil. 5 and 7. Folks out there, this is 9 Kilo 2 Radio X-ray. I believe it's Basil, and he's located in Kuwait. Thank you so very, very much for... No. Thank you so very, very much for making contact with us. Again, a solid 5 and 7, Basil. Back to you. Correct me if your name is not right. Thanks so very, very much for making contact with us today. 9 Kilo 2 Radio X-ray. This is Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Over to you.
Thank you very much. A lot of QRM coming, and here is a lot of statics also. But I can barely hear you, but I got the signal report. Kilo 2 Hotel stroke Sierra Uniform Fox. This is 9 Kilo 2 Romeo X-ray. Nice speaking to you, and keep up good work. And everybody is a hero. Good luck, and God save the world. 73.
Basil, 73s to you, and no QSB on your signal at all at coming up to 5 and 9, so that's fantastic. That really is, considering my antenna is quite a bit away from you. Great. Thank you for taking the time to make contact with us, and thanks so very much for your good wishes that all do well, and we will do well. I think the power... the positive mental attitude that we're going to have, that we're going to get through this and helping each other is going to just propel us all to really fight this. We're going to do it. One thing they can say about America is don't bet against us. We always come up with the goods, and we always figure a way out. Thanks so much, Basil. Thanks for making contact from Kuwait. 73s. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, the station, thank you, everybody. Station in Texas, that's Kilo America 4.
Kilo America 5, Juliet Tango Mike in Texas, over.
Roger, thank you for the correction. Kilo at Alpha 5, Juliet Tango Mike. Thank you so very much for making contact with us. Your name, sir, and your location.
My name is Phil, Papa Hotel, India Lima, Phil, and I'm in a small town of Bay City, Texas, about 75 miles south of Houston, about 15 miles away from the Gulf. And we've got a beautiful, beautiful, starting off cool and then warming up day down here. Not even t-shirt weather. It's just a shame we can't get that close to each other. But just wanted to let you know we appreciate what you are doing. We really appreciate what you are doing and wish that we could find some more of the New York stations that are doing it. K2H over to you, sir.
Roger, Phil. Thank you. Very sincere, very appreciated, very thoughtful words. Thanks so much, Phil. K5JTM. Thanks so much, Phil, from Bay City, Texas. And thank you so much. We really feel good about what we're doing. I think that I can't say thank you enough for people like yourself and others that are certainly giving us their salutations that can be passed on to the heroes that are fighting COVID-19, the doctors, the nurses, the pharmacists, the EMTs. All of them are just wonderful people, and this is the least we can do to thank them for that. Thanks so much. We really appreciate that. Thank you. And 73s. And yes, I agree with you. We like to drive our car around and meet other people and get together at different locations. And it's not the same when you have to keep that distance and wear your masks and you can't hug. But that'll come back soon. That really will. And, we're starting to get our act together. We being the federal government, the state governments, the local governments are getting our acts together with testing and the people there understanding how they have to really maintain distances and wear their masks. And the sooner we all pitch in, the sooner we all are in this boat rowing in the same direction, we'll move forward on this thing. This is not something that the federal government can do alone. They certainly don't have all the answers. We've got to help ourselves. Thanks, Phil. Thanks so very, very much. I appreciate that. 73s. QRZ, Special Event Station, honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. This is Kilo 2 Hero, Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Roger. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. This is the best way of social distancing to stay on that mic. I think there's a Romeo Alpha Romeo station. Go ahead.
Kilo 5 Romeo Alpha Romeo.
I got you. Sorry, I think I cut you off. But Kilo 5 Romeo Alpha Romeo. Thank you. Your name and location, sir. Roger. Kilo 5 Romeo Alpha Romeo. Come back with your name and location.
The handout is in the field, Bravo, India, Lima, Lima. We're sitting in Central Arkansas.
Thank you, Bill. I got you. I think you're in Benton, Arkansas. Thank you so much. Thanks for being patient, hanging in there, and listening to our babble. But we've got really quite a few people here, and we've got quite a lot of folks that are listening, and we really do appreciate that. 73's good health, good luck. Thank you so much. QRZ, Special Event Station, Long Island, New York, representing Suffolk County. And yes, there are a lot of stations that are on different times of the day. We know there's at least maybe 50 stations, and they're on digital, sideband, CW, and hopefully little by little you get all of them, and we'd love you to work them all. 73's, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot, QRZ. Whiskey 9, Bravo Lima Papa. Excuse me. Whiskey 9, Bravo Lima Papa. Come on in with your name and location. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Brian from Lucas, Iowa. Thanks so much. Yes, we don't have as much traffic today, so that's good. Glad you made it in. You're in the log, and certainly you can have a certificate after June 15th. Thanks so very, very much. I appreciate that. QRZ, we're going on an hour 31. I've got some chores to do. Maybe we'll be back later, but nevertheless, I'm not going to be here too much longer, so we're going to be wrapping this up, this session, thanking the heroes fighting COVID-19. Okay, let's try once again. Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
And 7RKY, Montana.
Roger, there you go. N7RKY. What a big signal and what broadcast quality audio. Got to tell me what you're running there. Name and location and what you got going there. Go ahead.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you're S9 up here, maybe 10 over. Name is John. We're in Billings, Montana, south central Montana. We're just running the ICOM 7300 and doing about 500 out of an ALS 600. Watt is a 2-element 5-band lightning bolt at 50 foot and running the Electro Voice RE20 into the W2IHY chain. Over.
Thanks for giving me that. No wonder. Yep, quality stuff. The 7300 is really doing some heavy lifting, and you've got a nice job. You really have a nice balanced audio in there. I just love it, John. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate the contact. 73s, thanks for taking the time to say hello to us, and especially thank you to the heroes out there fighting COVID-19. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, the Oscar United station, come in.
Victor Echo, number 1, Oscar United. You're 5'9", 5'9", and the name here is John. Julie Oscar, Hotel November. So back to you.
Roger, John. Just confirm your call to me once again. Go ahead.
Victor Echo, number 1, Ontario Uniform. Victor Echo 1, Oscar Uniform.
Victor Echo 1, Oscar Uniform. Thanks, John. Thank you. I think you're in Halifax. Is that correct? Go ahead.
We're buttoned up here.
John, that's the story. You got to be buttoned up. You got to be hunkered down, and we got to be patient, and we'll all get through this together and be able to celebrate soon. Maybe I'd love to meet all of you in Xenia, Ohio, and you know what goes on in Xenia, Ohio. So maybe next year we can all just say hello and actually have a handshake and a hug and whatever else we need to do. I'll be looking for you. I hope so. We can do that for sure. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. The Yankee Kilo station, come in.
Alpha Charlie 4, Yankee Kilo. Joe in Atlanta, you're 5'9 plus.
Roger, Joe. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Alpha Charlie 4, Yankee Kilo. Appreciate that, Joe. Thanks a lot. Good signal here into Long Island, New York. The name is Peter. Pop Echo, Tango Echo, Romeo. Thank you, Joe, for saying thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19 for us. Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. The Lima Tango Juliet first.
Yeah, hi, it's Kilo 1, Lima Tango Juliet. I'm in northern Florida.
Roger, Kilo 1, Lima Tango Juliet. I believe your name is Al or Allen in the Villages in Florida. Go ahead.
That is correct. You've got it. It's Al. I'm in the Villages, Florida, and I think you're doing a great thing, and it's fun to hear you on the air.
Thank you so much for that. Thanks for the compliment. We do enjoy it very, very much. And, yeah, QRZ kind of makes me smart here. They come up with all that information. Thanks a lot. 73s, enjoy the day. And out there, if it's appropriate, happy Mother's Day to the family. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. The station ending in a uniform, a Romeo, please.
Kilowatt Bravo 0 Delta Uniform Romeo.
Roger, thank you. Kilowatt Bravo 0 Delta Uniform Radio. Thank you so much. Your name and location.
Thank you. Here, nice 5'9" signal into Kansas, state of Kansas. Name is Mike.
Roger, Mike. Thank you so much for the state of Kansas. I appreciate that very much. Got a good signal as well. Good audio. Thanks so much for making contact with us and making our day by saying thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. Roger, Kilowatt 7, Delta X-Ray X-Ray. Thank you so much. Your name and location. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for Boise, Idaho. I appreciate that very much. Really enjoyed. Got a good signal coming here to Long Island, New York. Thank you very, very much for making contact with us. and appreciate your thanks to a hero fighting COVID-19. QRZ, Special Event Station. Think you know that by now. Think you know where we're located. You know my name is Peter. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke, Sierra, Uniform, Foxtrot, and thank you, 9K2 Romeo X-Ray. Thanks a lot for spotting me. I appreciate that from Kuwait. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke, Sierra, Uniform, Foxtrot. And by the way, 9 Kilo 2 Romeo X-Ray is on 14.172. 14.172 if you'd like to see if you could work him. That's a nice station. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke, Sierra, Uniform, Foxtrot. The whiskey, sugar, please. Roger, yes, thanks a lot. I got all of that, but I didn't get your call. Let me have your call again, please. Roger, got it all. That came up to a 5 and 5. Thanks, Bob. Whiskey 5, Whiskey Sierra. Thanks so much. Thank you for describing what you got going there on the wire along the fence. That's fantastic. Glad you made contact with us and really appreciate you spending a moment or two saying thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19. Be well, 73s, and be safe out there. Enjoy the day. Thanks so very much. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke, Sierra, Uniform, Foxtrot.
Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu Bravo.
Roger, Zulu Bravo. I got you loud and clear. Very loud and very clear. Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu Bravo. Thank you so much. Name and location.
Okay, name's Tony. Tango Oscar November Yankee. We're in the Midlands of South Carolina.
Roger, Tony. And let me make sure. Do I have the call? Oh, yeah, I didn't have that. I knew there was something wrong with that call. Let me see. Kilo Oscar 4. Give me the rest of the call, Tony. Go ahead.
It's Zulu Bravo.
There you go. Yeah, I put a few wrong numbers and letters. Yeah, I got it now. Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu Bravo. Thanks so much, Tony. Appreciate that. 73s and anything more you'd like to add before I say goodbye to you? Go ahead.
No, that's it. You're doing a good job. I'm also a firefighter here down in South Carolina.
Oh, there you go. Another hero, a firefighter. Thank you so much for saying that. We really do want to hear that, and our hats off to you, our salute to you for being a firefighter down in your area. Thanks so much. Be safe out there and be well, and always extra measure of care, please. 73s. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform, Foxtrot. The K6 with the Norway. I think it's K6 Norway radio, but correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Kilo 6 Uniform November Romeo. K6 UNR. I'm in the West Coast, Laughlin, Nevada. Probably never heard of it. We're a little at the end of the state. The name Bart here, and they just started testing for the virus. So far, everything is good. We're a very small town. A lot of people have left, and the casinos are all closed. They're starting with stage 1 here at 12:30. They opened what they call stage 1. Some of the stores here. So anyway, thank you for what you're doing, and I hope New York is doing well. K6 UNR Bart in Laughlin, Nevada. Over. You're 5-9 plus.
Thank you, Bart. Yeah, you're about 15 over 9 here in Long Island, New York. Thanks, Bart, from Laughlin, Nevada. You're right. Now, I know where you are now that you put it on the map, just like my friend who recently moved to St. George, Utah, which is a couple of hours, I think, south of you. But I'm glad things are starting to get better. I'm glad you're in stage 1. Where we are in New York, we have to talk about New York is a big state with 62 counties, and we're going to be very slow in opening up the counties. One thing I can say to you, New York County or Manhattan County, they're a long way from meeting the criteria, so it's going to be a long wait. And hopefully, the people there economically can hang in there, and hopefully that the federal government, state governments, local governments can do as much as they can to certainly mitigate what they're going through. The upstate counties, they're less populated. They have better conditions. They're going to meet the criteria a lot sooner. So hopefully by maybe next couple of weeks, maybe we'll have some relaxation of that. Glad some stores are opening there. That's a good sign that things are starting to move in a positive direction. Thanks a lot, Bart. I appreciate that, and got a fantastic signal from into New York today. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Quebec, India.
There's a station, I think, with a whiskey in it. Go ahead. Or a station with just a whiskey. Go ahead.
November 4, Mike Alpha Whiskey.
Roger, November 4. I knew there was some whiskey out there. I could use some whiskey right now. November 4, Mike Alpha Whiskey. Not a bad idea to have a little bit now and then. But anyways, good to hear you. Give me, sir, your name and location.
Sir, name here is Michael. I'm located in a town called Lebanon, Tennessee. I'm 30 miles east of Nashville, right off of Interstate 40. Of course, Nashville is the hot spot for the virus here in Tennessee, and fortunately, all my doctors are at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. The big daddy of all is it, and some of the research going on for the virus. Appreciate you taking time to operate and honor those healthcare workers and first responders. Do appreciate it and hope y'all have well. And as the QRZ page says, New Yorkers are in a unique opportunity to thank first responders and all those fighting hidden killers, with a lot still suffering from the 9/11 attacks, the results of that. Appreciate it, guys.
Michael, thank you so much. Thank you for your words. Thank you for describing the various situations that are going on, and thank you for your concern and kind thoughts towards us here in New York. And I see proudly on your QRZ page you're looking at one of my favorite stores, DX Engineering. Great place to do business with, that's for sure. And boy, I'll tell you, you order something from DX Engineering and you get it like the next day. You just wonder how the heck can they do it anyway. Well, thanks so much, and good health to you and good luck, and be patient, be safe out there, and stay indoors as much as you can. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilowatt Alpha 4, Quebec, India.
Alpha 4, I think Quebec, India. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Alpha 4, Quebec, India, in Jacksonville, Florida. You're 5'9". The name is Henry.
Henry, thank you so much. Got a strong signal here as well, Long Island, New York. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot for saying thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19. Those that are watching on the stream, they're saying, what do you have on your head? You know, one thing, I just put the hat. This is a hat from our radio club, the Great South Bay Amateur Radio Club. Hopefully, I don't know if you could see it online or not, but this is the club that put together this wonderful event, and proud to wear the hat. I notice it doesn't fit too well. It doesn't fit too well right now. Any guesses why it doesn't fit too well? Well, I'll give you the answer to that. It's not fitting too well because my hair has grown quite a bit. So I'm sure a lot of us are having that issue. That should be my biggest problem, but clearly we hope. Those are the people I really feel badly for. And there's one thing I can say, a lot of us got stimulus checks, and one thing that I can say, certainly a good chunk of that is going to go to people like that, people that cut your hair, and people that really are working on a commission basis, and they're not receiving very much in unemployment benefits. So those are people that we're going to set aside for a nice chunk of the stimulus check. Anyway, 73 is to you, Henry. Thanks a lot for making contact with us. QRZ, special event station honoring the heroes fighting the COVID-19 virus. Kilo 2 Heroes, Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. The Kilo Golf Papa, please. Roger, thank you very much. Whiskey 6, Kilowatt Golf Papa. Thank you so much, sir. Your name and location. Go ahead.
Thank you, Peter. Very good afternoon. Name is Leo. Lima Echo, Ontario, K2H, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I want to pass along my thanks with everybody else for all the hard work that you are doing on behalf of the people of New York. Thank you for all of that. Back to you from Whiskey 6, Kilo Golf Papa.
Roger, thanks so much, Len. You are in a jewel of the earth. That's one of my favorite places, the Teton Mountains. Whiskey 6, Kilo Golf Papa. I say again, Whiskey 6, Kilo Golf Papa. I don't think I've spoken to too many people in your location. Fantastic, beautiful QSL card. Folks that are looking at the stream, you can see that gorgeous looking card right now looking right at us from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That is really good. I'm curious if you may repeat that, unless you're working for a top secret company. Len, what do you do there in Jackson Hole? Go ahead.
I'm a controller for a local real estate company, Sotheby's International Realty here in Jackson, Wyoming.
Roger, thank you for that. Boy, I'd work for nothing for them to be in Jackson Hole. Good for you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for sharing that with us, and thank you so much for saying thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19, the firefighters, the postal workers, the sanitation people, all of them indeed. Thanks so much. 783 is good health, good luck, and thanks for taking the time to make contact with the station. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Whiskey for Juliet, Charlie Whiskey.
Roger, Juliet Charlie Whiskey. That's a big signal. Whiskey for Juliet Charlie Whiskey. Thank you so much. Let me see now. Oh, we may have spoken before. No, I don't see your call up here. By any chance, I think it's John. Are you working with a non-radio? Make sure I have your name right and your location and what kind of setup you have there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. The name is John. We're in South Carolina, and I'm running a Flex 6500 limited edition with a PR40 microphone, pair of 500Zs into a 80-meter doublet up at about 60 feet horizontal. Go ahead.
Roger. The 80-meter doublet is tuning on 20, John. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I've got the Palstar HF Auto, and it tunes it just fine here.
Yeah, that Palstar doing a phenomenal job. Thanks. Well, that 6500, you really have got the audio equalized beautiful. That processor is working tremendously. I hope I'm half as good as you are, but I've got the 6400M, and I'm running it through an Ameritron AL80B. Sound fantastic, John. Thanks a lot. Again, what is your location? Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL. I'm in a little town called Camden, South Carolina, about 25 miles northeast of the capital city. So we're pretty well centrally located here in the state. I won't hold you. Nice to have you on the log. Thanks for what you guys are doing, and I hope that we stay strong as a country and stay safe and healthy and regain. Take care, my friend. Nice to have you on the log. W4JCW.
Roger, John. Yes, we are. I think we're going to be better than ever. I think we're going to be stronger. I think we're going to be more united. I think we're going to be more friendly towards our fellow man. I think we're going to feel really fortunate that we've gotten through this, like we've gotten through many, many wars before. I can tell you, my brother-in-law, who did not have COVID, but he had a very serious virus infection. He came out of it, and I think he went through a catharsis. He is a different person as a result of it, and I think that that's pretty well, I think, going to be what we're going to see over and over again. That's going to be happening. I sure hope so, because we want to come out of something like this better than we were before, where we can say, you know what, we can see some areas where it was worth it. Unfortunately, a lot of people that should be around are not around, and that's something that you can't bring back. So that's the sad part of it. But hopefully most of us will be able to be very appreciative. Thanks a lot, and you got a great station there. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. The station with Delta, go ahead.
Yeah, Kilowatt 6 Delta Sierra in Chico, California. The name is Bob, and you're again about 5'6" now. The band is changing. Anyway, and thank you for all the heroes out there, and you're having a great day there. It sounds great. Over.
Roger, Kilo 6 Delta Sierra. It sounds like you've got some audio issues there. There's a lot of, we'll say, interference on your audio. You want to do anything to try to correct that? Go ahead.
Oh, I can see it. I got to figure out how to solve it. Anyway, thank you, and I'll work on it here.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to hear what I'm hearing, you can go onto my Twitch stream, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor, in the search box, and at 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 33 seconds, you can hear yourself. So good luck with that, and if you want to come back in and just retest, you certainly throw your call out, and we'll do that. My pleasure. QRZ, thanks for saying thank you to the heroes fighting COVID-19. QRZ, Kilo 2 Heroes, stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot.
Whiskey Alpha 8 Victor Radio Sierra.
Roger, thank you. Thank you, stations. Whiskey Alpha 8, Victor Romeo Sierra. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, thank you, excuse me. Your name and location.
My name is Frank, and I'm located in Cartersville, Georgia, about 50 miles north of Atlanta.
Roger, 50 miles north of Atlanta. Nice spot. Really, really nice spot in the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thank you, Frank. Whiskey Alpha 8, Victor Papa Sierra. Thanks a lot. Most importantly, thank you for saying thank you through me to the heroes fighting COVID-19. We can't thank you enough, and it makes it worthwhile for us to stay on the air. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. The station with Hotel Lima, please. Roger, thank you, sir. Whiskey 5 Hotel Lima Papa. Thank you. Your name and location. Roger, got that, Herman. Thank you for Azle. I never worked somebody. A-Z-L-E, Texas. Thanks a lot. You're in the log. Thanks for making contact with us. I appreciate that. 73s, have a good day, good health to you. And thanks a lot for saying thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19. QRZ, this is Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra, a Uniform Foxtrot. The Oscar Bravo X-ray first.
Kilowatt 9, Oscar Bravo X-ray.
Roger, thank you. Kilowatt 9, Oscar Bravo X-ray. Thank you very much for contacting the special event station. Your name and location, please.
The handle here is Jeff, Juliet Echo Foxtrot, Foxtrot. I am in Southern Illinois, Johnston City, Illinois.
Roger, thanks, Jeff, for Johnston City, Illinois. We appreciate that. And thank you for reaching out to us and saying thank you to a hero fighting COVID-19. We really thank you so much. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. The name is Peter. Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo, home call, Whiskey 2 Juliet Victor. Location 45 miles east of New York City. QRZ. The station with Lima Radio, please.
Yeah, good afternoon or good evening. Kilowatt 6 Lima Radio. Name is Jim, and I'm in Minden, Nevada. Go ahead.
Roger, thank you so much, Jim. A very, good afternoon. Still late afternoon, 5:40 Eastern Time. Thanks, Frank, from Minden, Nevada. Appreciate that very much. Thanks for making contact with us. 73s to you. Good health and good luck. QRZ.
Kilo Bravo 5, Fox Lima Alpha.
Roger, thank you so much. Kilo Bravo 5, Fox Lima Alpha. Thank you so much. Your name and location, please.
This is Kilo Bravo 5, Fox Lima Alpha. I'm an ER doctor in Russellville, Arkansas.
Roger, thank you. Is your name go by Rich or Richard?
Richard.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you very, very much. ER doctor in Russellville, Arkansas. Thank you so very much. I can't thank you enough for really your service, what you've done, the people that you have helped. How are things going for you in your facility? Go ahead.
We're still very light here. Fortunately, fairly few cases, low population density in a rural state.
That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. But again, thank you so much for your service. We're here for you to say thank you. Thank you for really being one of the heroes that are on the front lines fighting this war. Thank you very, very much. And I'm looking at your QRZ page, and I'm looking at you at the bottom rung of a ladder with a very beautiful dog. And one thing I can say, thank goodness that you were safe on that ladder because we needed you as an ER doctor. Thank you, Richard. 73s, be well, good health, and it's a pleasure. It's an honor. Hats off to you. Let me tip my hat to you. I have my hat here. Tipping my hat to you right now as being one of the heroes out there fighting COVID-19. 73s to you. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero Stroke Sierra, Uniform Foxtrot. The Bravo Yankee India, please.
Roger, Victor Echo 7, Bravo Yankee India. You're 5'9" here. The name is Albert. Alpha Lima Bravo Echo Romeo Tango. We're located in Surrey, Bush Corner, just outside of Vancouver. Go ahead.
Roger, Surrey, that's nice, right south of Vancouver. Thank you. Got a nice signal here into Long Island, New York. Thank you, Albert. Appreciate the contact with us. Thanks for being patient, hanging in there, making contact with us. There are some stations that may not make contact today, but we're going to be here, and a lot of other stations from the counties will be here. And as you know, we're going to be here through the 31st of May. 73s to you. Good luck and good health. Thanks so much for making contact with us. QRZ, this is a special event station honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. K2H stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Listening.
Alpha Hotel 6 uniform.
Roger, thank you. Alpha Hotel 6 uniform. Thank you so very, very much. Name here is Peter, P-E-T-E-R, Peter, Long Island, New York. Your name and location. Go ahead.
Pleasure to meet you, Peter. The name here is Arch, Alpha Romeo Charlie Hotel. Location, Island of QSL.
Roger, is that Pukalani in Hawaii? Go ahead.
Roger, on the island of Maui, Peter. Over.
Roger, thank you so much. On the island of Maui. Yeah, well, I'm really jealous. Beautiful location. Thanks, Arch, very, very much. How are things going there with COVID-19, Arch? Go ahead.
They've got a pretty good handle on it at this time, Peter. They haven't had any new cases for a couple days now. And I believe the last I heard was a couple days ago there was 17 active cases. So, yeah, they've pretty much got the door shut. Of course, they've thrown off all the tourists. They're gone from the island. I haven't seen an airplane come in here. I can't remember the last time, at least a week or better. So, yeah, it's pretty much just the people who live here now. And, they're trying to open it back up, but I don't know what their idea of opening it back up is. I sure as hope isn't meaning they're going to allow tourists back in, because we're going to start all over again if they do this. K2 Hero, AH6 over.
Roger, thanks, Art. AH6 uniform. Yes, I'm glad things are improving, but you're absolutely right. You cannot allow tourists back in, even though the economy is really in a lot of pain. But unless you can do significant immediate testing as soon as that tourist lands, and you can really have it on the spot, which we don't yet, there's no way that you can take that risk, because you don't want to get into a situation like we did here in New York. We know better now, and we know how to handle it, but for sure, especially in a high tourist concentrated area, that can really become a real big problem. I agree with you, and you got responsible government there, and hopefully they'll do the right thing. Well, 73s to you, Arch. Thanks so much for taking the time to make contact with us. We really appreciate it. 73s, be well, and thank you for giving us that report. Be well, Arch. 73s.
Okay, Peter. Well, thank you very much for being there, and thank you to all that are listening that are on the front lines, and hopefully, we'll get a handle on it. K2 Hero, Alpha Hotel 6 uniform on Aloha.
Yes, aloha to you. Aloha to you on Maui. Thanks so much, Arch. Thanks for that report. 73s. We appreciate that. Thanks so much, Radio 1 Delta X-Ray. Thanks for spotting us. I do appreciate that. 73s. QRZ. This is Kilo 2 Heroes coming up on the 2-hour mark. Stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Whiskey 4, Kilo, Yankee Whiskey.
Yeah, I can't help but say hi to you. Whiskey 4, Kilo, Yankee Whiskey. Thank you. Big signal here into Long Island, New York. Your name?
Correction on the call sign. It's Whiskey 4, Kilo, Yankee Whiskey. Whiskey 4, Kilo, Yankee Whiskey. The name here is Alex, Alpha Lima Echo X-Ray in Buford, Georgia. QSL.
Oh, yeah, I QSL that. Thank you so much, Alex. Got the call corrected. Whiskey 4, Kilo, Yankee Whiskey. I may have said it wrong, but I know I copied it right. Thanks, Alex. We appreciate that. Good signal into to Long Island, New York. Just give me a little history here. Is that you playing the guitar? Go ahead.
Roger. Yeah, that's me playing the guitar there. And I just want to say thank you also for what you're doing on the special event station here.
Adjusting to frequency here.
Hang on. Sorry about that. And as a automotive technician, been working throughout all this going on. Definitely appreciate the recognition for the job getting done there. So anyways, really appreciate it. And the call is it Kilo 2 Hero, or is it Kilo 2, the call, is it Hero, or is it, am I hearing it correctly?
Yeah, we're taking a little bit of liberty, Alex, with the ITU phonetics. The call is Kilo 2 Hotel, K2H stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. But if you go to the website, you can just put Kilo 2 Heroes in, K2H rather, Kilo 2 Hotel, and you'll navigate your way through there, Alex. Go ahead.
Okay, really appreciate
Thank you very much for that clarification on that. And once again, thank you for what you're doing there as a automotive technician mechanic here. We've been working throughout all this and helping people stay on the roads here. Anyways, thank you for the recognition there, and we hope to work you again next time. Kilo 2 Hero, strokes Sierra Uniform Fox. This is Whiskey 4 Kilo Yankee Whiskey. Thanks.
My pleasure, Alex. You know, and my apologies. You know, that's something, you're right. And I'd like to hear about people that we can ignore. Automotive technicians, that's right. They're considered an essential industry, keeping people on the road that need to get from point A to point B. And that's why I'm critical for people that want to take, quote, joy rides. I think it's okay for a small ride because you need that to relax. If the ride is one that will give you peace and put a smile on your face, no problem with that. But you don't want to clog the roads up too much because they're busy enough. So yeah, an automotive technician, Alex, you are also one of the heroes fighting COVID-19 because you're out there making contact with people and doing a vital job. So yeah, you're added to the list. Thanks so much, Alex. I appreciate that, and thank you for that little confirmation on your guitar. Appreciate it. 73s. QRZ, Kilo 2 Hero, stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot.
Kilo 4 Sierra Alpha Alpha.
Roger, Kilo 4 Sierra Alpha Alpha. Thank you so much. Name is Peter, Pop Echo Tango Echo Romeo. Your name and location.
Yes, Peter, name here is Rusty, Romeo Uniform Sierra Tango Yankee. You're 5 North Carolina. Thank you for what you're doing.
Roger, my pleasure. Thanks so much, Rusty. I appreciate that. We do enjoy what we're doing. We're going to continue doing this through the month of May. Well, we're now on the 2-hour, 2-minute mark. Propagation here is starting to go long, meaning that I'm losing the United States, and I'm hearing more stations now in Europe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go QRT for now. We'll be back again. You can check certainly your favorite, basically spotter software, and see just what on the clusters what may be on in terms of the Kilo 2 Heroes stations. There are always quite a few on. Maybe today, Mother's Day, there may be less activity, but hopefully there will be more. I want to thank everyone basically who said hello through the stream, who hung in there with us and listened to what we were doing. Appreciate that very much, and we can't thank you enough really for really spending time with us and participating in this very special event honoring the heroes fighting COVID-19. And those heroes, as I said, automotive specialists, yes, the automotive technicians are on that list, as well as the doctors and the nurses. We spoke to a few doctors today, the healthcare workers, the EMTs, police and firemen. We had a few today we spoke with, and the military who provide medical help, as well as, you might not think of it, the mortuary, the hospital personnel, and the food services people. They do a phenomenal job with this crisis in New York State. And we want to also add the sanitation and postal workers. And finally, there's many more I know, but the supermarket personnel, they're also, they never had to wear masks. So that's something new for them, and it's a struggle. 73s, everybody. What I'm going to do for those that are on the stream, we'll play a couple of different spots here related to the nurses, and we'll do that, and we'll close it out with that. But thanks, everybody, for taking the time on this Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. We also want to say a very happy ending to VE Day. We celebrated that this week. I want to bless you all. May you have a good, healthy day, rest of the day today, and hug your mom if you're fortunate enough to have your mom still around, and don't become frustrated. Remember, be nice to yourself, have a positive mental attitude, and do some nice things for yourself. If you have to order something, go to DX Engineering or HRO and order a part, even if it's just an ethanol connector, something to look forward to, getting something in the mail maybe if you feel down at all. And hopefully this brightened my day, and hopefully you're also feeling good about it too. Thanks a lot, everybody. 73s, and be well. And thanks so very much for supporting the special event station, Kilo 2 Hero stroke Sierra Uniform Foxtrot. Thanks a bunch. We're going QRT, 73s.
You make me strong when I need it. For you, I'm brave. You, I give you all my love. You, I give you all of my love. You, I give you with you on my mind.
I'm going to play that again only because it didn't play. It played over our audio.
Make me strong when I need
I'm sure a lot of you have seen this, but just a nice salute to the nurses.
If these past months have proven anything, it's that in the real world, heroes don't wear capes. Our heroes wear scrubs. As people all over the world stay home to protect themselves and their families, healthcare workers courageously venture out to the front lines, putting their safety at risk to care for us and those we love. They apply knowledgeable minds, skillful hands, and compassionate hearts to protect the well-being.
Yep, that's for sure. Thank you to all those who served. That's what this is about. That's what the special event is about. It's to thank all those in the front lines. Thank you so very much, everybody, for participating, for supporting our event. Thanks to those who stayed in there and watched the stream. Hopefully, we had some entertainment value. We really do hope so. One of the things I want to do right now is just very quickly answer some questions that people had about what we're doing. Really, I had a few questions about. Some emails about who are all those people that you are communicating with. Well, we are amateur radio operators, and we're licensed by the Federal Communications Commission. One of the questions was, well, do I need a license? Yes, you can go online or take a class. It's very easy at a local club to understand some basic electronic theory and some rules and regulations. You can then take the exam at most clubs, consisting of about 35 questions to get your technician license. You know, you can see there's a lot of good that we do, a lot of service that we do. We have a lot of fun, and you can receive your tech license, and then you'll receive certain privileges on the amateur radio bands. If you want more information on getting a license, you can go to www.arrl.org for all you need to know to get started. arrl.org to get all you need to know to get started. I also was asked, I'm looking at a screen with a lot of vertical lines. As you can, let's see, do I have a screen capture? Yeah, you're seeing a lot of vertical lines right now. What is that? What does that represent? Well, that represents each amateur radio operator by the vertical line you see. As you can see, some lines are bigger than the others. That means they have a bigger signal, whether it's the propagation or whether it's the fact that they have an amplifier or they have a very good location. That's generally what it means. Amateur radio has gone a long way from a small, dark radio in the basement turning dials. A computer and software really have become integral, really part of operating an amateur radio station. And streaming, we're streaming like the gaming community. We're using video cards just like them, and we need some powerful stuff to stream. Another question was, is amateur radio just about technical talk? No, not at all. It can be almost whatever you want it to be, except you're prohibited to discuss anything about making income for yourself. That's why we're called amateur radio operators. And as I said earlier, it's a fairly small community, only 300,000 hams in the United States. So you would not be following the herd if you joined the amateur radio community. Do you like competition? Well, then a weekend contest might work for you. Each contact is worth a point, and there's all different categories. You never know. You may win a little prize your first time out. No money, of course, but just bragging rights. There's a challenge to that. Do I need to spend a lot of money? People ask me. No. You can get started with an initial budget of about $500, usually the cost of a good video card. There's a lot of good used equipment, and you can get a lot of advice by speaking to folks at the different amateur radio clubs. Where do I find help? Well, the local club you join will help you a lot, and that will be a big help. Well, You might say, well, that's not what I'm interested in. Competition is not my thing. Well, you might be interested in the social side, going to club activities or getting on the air and having a general conversation with someone you might not know. So essentially, I can say that you can see here, if you listen to our stream for a while, that we spoke about a lot of different things. We covered a lot of different subjects. And one thing I can say for sure is that it wasn't just technical talk. You can see it range from, we talked about cars for a while. We talked about a fellow doing an engine swap in a VW with a Porsche Carrera engine. We then spoke about people that had various antenna systems. You know, people that lived in restricted housing developments that really did not have the ability to put up a tower or fancy antennas, and they just put up a wire. What about that fellow I spoke with in Oklahoma, I believe, who all he had was a wire along a fence, and I was able to copy him. So there's a website out there called 100 Watts and a Wire, and you can be very effective in amateur radio and really enjoy yourselves. You know, take a look, give it a try. We have a lot of fun, and for sure it's something that is definitely very, very unique. I can tell you that much. Anyway, so that's about it. Let's see. You know, one of the people that I like to really put in here is my friends at Spotify. They're not sponsoring the videos at all, but basically there's a bunch of copyright free information that's available, and maybe we'll play one or two. You can see some of these songs are pretty darn good. So let me put that Spotify up, and maybe you can even let me know what you think of it. But you'll see in the upper right corner the song that we're playing. Let me play one here that I like, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Happy and healthy Mother's Day, and hug your mom. She's very, very special. Here we go. Let's play Young One. See how that sounds for you. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And if you did, why don't you just register? Why don't you just join us, subscribe? We'd like that very, very much. We're also streaming this up on YouTube, so we'd appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, any comments, please let me know. But we've enjoyed bringing this special event to you all, thanking the heroes fighting COVID-19. Okay, everybody, thanks a bunch, and we'll see you again soon. And thank you so much again. I say it many times because I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate the support. We'll see you. Happy and healthy Mother's Day.